Alright guys, welcome back. We got Alliance War, Season 45, War number 8. We continue to struggle with the stupid thing on the first fight on Path 1. I think if I do this one again, I'm going to go back to Viv. That was my normal encounter here. Cassie, I go ahead and try and get the slow on right away, but it takes a little while before I can get the slow on there. And because it takes so long, it's I end up getting myself stuck in a weird scenario where he's really close to like 15 rock stacks, but I keep the slow on for the majority of the fight. And there is a few points where because I'm close to those 14 rock stacks and I keep pushing him to close to a bar of power, I should have gone for more power stings, and that's my mistake on this one. Is just if I would have gone to shrink down, let him hit into my block more often. That is really the main thing that I could have done differently, because the more power stings I have, they do a better job of helping to mitigate the healing. So I sped this one up because it just wasn't working as well as I wanted. And if you end up watching it in fast forward, you'll see the time shrink, like his health go down, then come back up, then go down, and at the end of the fight, we time out. So very, very frustrating here. Fully boosted to the gills, and still managed to screw this one up. So I think I'm going to go most likely back to Viv if I do Thing again, just because much easier access to heal block, and I just have to play around the rock stacks, so that's not too bad. So yeah, that's what I have for this one. Just more disappointment with this stupid Thing fight. So you can see we've got a minute left to get him down, and he doesn't have any regens on, but I have to hit into his block in order to get, finally he throws the special off. We get the slow back on, and for whatever reason, I wasn't getting enough, I wasn't going for the power stings. I was making sure to keep the poison on, and we just couldn't mitigate the healing here at the very end. So I should have done a better job of keeping up my power stings, because he throws quite a bit of specials, and if I could have kept the power stings on, that would have probably done it. So you can see there, just trying to go all out, and we managed to time out there. So we come in and we finish him off, and it's just a frustrating way to start a war. It ended up being relatively close. Did my mistakes cause the loss? No, but would it have been better without it? Yes. But it's just frustrating. I got to speed up this long shot fight as well, because it's just very, very slow. I do a better job of, like, I hit into the block. We got the masochism, we got the vigorous assault, so he's going to be unblockable every time he has the regen. And I do hit into the block and try and shrink down as much as possible. Try and put on the power stings. Try to make sure we trigger a wither by hitting into the block first before we shrink down, so that the masochism does not eat the power stings, so the power stings stick. But there so I'm just trying really hard to see if I can get the power stings actually to stay on him, and he is unblockable the majority of the fight, but that's okay with Cassie, because again, we can hit into the block, shrink down, get some power stings, and just bait special ones, and yeah, it's not so bad. I think I might get clipped by a few special ones here or there, but for the most part, the fight goes really, really well. Not too concerned here. Cassie does a great job. It's just that first fight is haunting me at this point. It's just been a terrible... like, I think I screwed up once with Viv on, like, some control issues, and then the last couple wars I've been... like leaning in the Cassie direction with but I think I got to go back to the bread and butter with Viv, and it'll be a much shorter fight, much cleaner fight, as long as I can just keep tabs on the rock stacks. So here again, we've got a bunch of power stings. I was up to like 17 and tried to keep them on, but lost some of them. There, take a little combo to the face. Again, the longer you do these fights, the more chances there are for little screw-ups, but we do manage to get through this. It's just going to cost me some potions. That's the big thing here. So again, hit into the block, shrink down, get some power stings. That is really the best thing I can do here. Again, clipped by the special one when I can do it all the time, no problem, but in war, that's always a different story. But at the end of the day, that's okay. We still managed to get through this without giving up a death to this fight here. This one's a solo. And a few more hits, shrink down into a special one, and goodbye Longshot. Next, Viv is just awesome against, like, again, this is why I love Viv. We got Kitty here with reinvigorated, unblockable, and never back down. So we can, Viv is just great with the phasing. But here we don't get the parry right off the bat, but that's okay. But now we got our parries. I'm going to remove some of her prowess with the heavy. And now we're just going to go build up big for the special 2. Block and evade the end of that special 1. Go for the special 2. And we get the perfect 5-time solar burst there. That's great. Bait another special 1. We throw our unblockable special 1. And the fight is over. So, super clean fight from Viv. Next up, we've got Magneto against future Antman, this time on Buffet. And again, similar to any other times we have to fight future Antman, especially if we can parry and heavy. It's super easy with Magneto because he's #metal. So we don't have to worry about any of his annoying detonations. You can see there, we can't reverse his healing, but we can heal block him altogether. 30 seconds in, he's already almost down. I am going to build to a special 3, but it might not even be worth it there. He's almost down completely. So we drop a special 3 and he's finished. So clean fight from Magneto, a whole 15 hits to take him down. Next is this Ebony Maw, where I just make a bonehead mistake. It's ebb and flow knockdown, and when he gets knocked down, he goes debuff immune. I've done this fight with Cassie before, I believe, either this season or last season, and it is pretty straightforward. I can keep getting openings by, even though he's debuff immune, after knocking him down, I can just get in. I can get my openings by shrinking down with Cassie to get heavies all the time and prevent the falter. When you knock him down, you get a fury, so you're hitting extra hard. My big issue is that I just should have continued the same rotation that I had going. Maybe throw in a special 2, special 1 or 2. Instead, I decided to build to a special 3. And then afterwards, I end up doing like a full combo, and it pushes him to a special 2, and that ends up being a disaster for me. So we're going to see what happens here. And again, the fight is working just fine. I get the knockdown, I get the fury, I go for the special, I bait out, and I go for the special 3 here. And what I should have done afterwards is, because I take out a huge chunk of damage here, goes from like 70%, so we take a good 10% off just on the one at SP3. Then I should not have hit him here, and I get clipped on the dash back. I was trying to block the SP2, and I'm dead. So I'm just really annoyed at this point, and we go in and finish the fight with Cassie. We heal back up, and we go in, and I just play normally, throw some special 1s and 2s, don't worry about the special 3. Again, a little shrink down action. Bait the special 1, attack in, trying to keep, again, I want to keep knocking him down to avoid any falter damage. Another nice little combo there. And again, approaching falter, so I got to back up. Even if he does get the actual missions, not the specials, but the missions, even if he puts a little degen on me, as long as I have enough debuffs on Maw, I'm not going to take much damage from it. There we go, big special 2. And the fight is just about over here. Get a nice little intercept. Again, heavy counter into our heavy. Almost finished. Another special 1. And a big special 2 to finish it. So I could have done this the first time. It was just pushing him to special 2 was a dumb mistake. Then we jump onto path 3. We got 4 easy fights. On path 3, we got a Hulkling against Viv Vision. Nothing super exciting here. We're immune to power burn. So even though we're hitting into a champ with armors, we're immune to power burn. So it's not a big issue. I do get special locked on this one, so I'm just going to wait here, let Viv throw the special 2. I kind of got stuck in the corner and end up throwing the special 2 to get out of it, and then we're just going to build up to another special 2, no problem, and then they're almost a clean evade on that special 1. Took a tiny little hit there, but we're okay. There, just decided to just block the end of that one. And here we go. Hit into the block, into the special 2. The fight is over. So that's what we want to do. Next, we got Sandman. Came in just for this Mojo fight. Just because Mojo's a global defender. There is no node shenanigans on this one because Mojo does not have an armor up. Without an armor up, there's no power burn. So it's not so bad at all. We're just going to go ahead, spam special 1s. Try and keep an eye on the prompts so we don't necessarily give too many prompts to Mojo. But we get off a bunch of heavies. We want to just keep knocking down Mojo in case we get a buff and we don't want to trigger the unstoppable. So as long as we keep the slow up, keep knocking them down, it's great. We're in like our heavy, we can get our nice heavy proficiency here. I go for like 1 extra run there, 1 extra heavy. Block the special 2, evade the end of it. Another big special 1, and Mojo is essentially finished here with Sandman. Nothing really an issue at all. So there goes Mojo. Next is Nimrod. We've done this one a bunch. This is the Thorns node. So we do this one with Nebula because she can't take any bleed damage. Plus I can just hold block, build up to 20 charges. Parry into special 2 will turn like 20 max 20 shocks into 40 shocks. And most champions will melt right away here. We're going to get a nice charge up here. Nimrod plays around nicely with us. We're at 13 charges, 14, 15, trying to get to 20. We've got our 2 bars of power. We're up to just about 20 here. So after, so now we can go ahead, parry, 20 shocks, special 2, 40 shocks, ticking for 25,000 per like tick. It goes down to like whatever it is, 6%. So we're just gonna make sure that we have our 5 charges at least in order to mitigate the to shut down all robot abilities. Then we go for a parry and a knockdown, and that fight is over. Then we have Omega Sentinel. We've done this one with Hulkling before. There's nothing too exciting about this one. I just don't want to deal with Omega Sentinel Special 2. Plus there's some recoil being run by the defender. So all I got to do is bait some special 1s, and the defender will lose recoil damage every single time. I am going to get special locked, but hitting into the block here, there's no guarantee I'm going to get my the unblockable charges because of the glancing from the armor ups. So I'm going to play this one a little bit slower. I'm just going to go with short combos, bait special 1s, and then I'll just use my special 3. And yeah, the fight is essentially over. So I hope you enjoyed the war. I know it had a couple mistakes, but we're trying to iron those out, and hopefully we can go deathless again in the next one. See you guys. Bye-bye.